They love to police your hair just like they like to police your blackness. Let's get started. Hello, Exotical Barbies! Today I'm gonna make a video how they police your hair just like how they police your blackness. Because I realized this that because I saw a video on TikTok, I couldn't download it. Okay, I'm sorry, but it was with this girl, it's this content creator. She had long, very long hair. It was so beautiful. And I remember some people said, "Oh, well, you should donate it to people who have cancer, or you should do this and whatnot." And the thing is, people like to live vicariously through you. So, for example, I remember how what's it called with Doja Cat when she had her hair and whatnot. I remember many people's like, "Oh, that hair ain't real." You know, they love to police your hair to be like, "Oh, take off the wig and what does it look like under there? I bet you're bald." Yeah, people been doing that forever. And you know what? I'll even go as far as saying, because I need to bring this up because sorry, I just thought about this. Remember that whole 2000 to 2016? No, I would say 2020. How Wild Out, they love to snatch women's hair, women's wig to like humiliate them. I realized they use that as a humiliation tactic. And I will give a story time later in this video. But yes, they would also, with policing, they love to use that as a humiliation tactic. So like if you, because I know there's plenty of women who do wear they do have long natural hair, but they just choose to wear wigs and whatnot. And I remember how some people say, well, if I snatch that off, like they try to use aggression towards you because you decide not to wear your natural hair or whatnot. Or let's say, for example, like my family member, she usually wrap her hair up and put it like in satin and then put a hat over it. And I remember some people's like, "Oh, you with all that hair and you just gonna cover it up like that?" They love to please your hair. Why? Because they don't have hair, boo. I realize with majority of people that police your hair, they have no hair. Okay? Fragile edges and all. Because I realize the people who do have long natural hair, or they have natural hair, but I mean, sorry, I said that wrong. People who do have long hair, or people who have who take care of their hair just at a different length or whatever, they're not gonna police your hair. The most you ever get is that they will give you advice on how to take care of it. That's it. Okay, because I just realized they do that a lot. um Another thing is too, like how they try to police your hair and whatnot. They would try to tell you which styles you should wear. Like, if I have that hair, I wear my hair like that every single day. Or if I have that hair, I would do this. Or they'd be like, "Oh, you shouldn't wear your hair like that." And yeah, if I were you, like you hear that how if I were you and whatnot, it's like, okay, but you're not me. Instead of focusing on their own hair growth, they look at yours. Okay, they will track when you have split ends. They will track when your hair got shorter by even by a slight inch. They would get upset. Like they're the type of people to police those type of stuff. Okay, and you know what? I should make a video about how to police your body too, specifically to women who are mothers. Ooh, but anyways, let me stay focused. Um, along with that, let me go to humiliation tactics that they will use. So I remember some people, they are scissor happy when they try to trim your ends. I no longer trim my ends because of my religion, because we can't trim our ends or nor wear wigs and whatnot. But I remember the time I did used to wear those. I remember how some of them, when you like go to the salon and whatnot, some of them would be happy to cut it. Like for example, like for me, I have 3C hair mostly, and for A hair. But I remember how one of them, it was like long. My hair at that time was long and pretty, But because one of the ladies, she's like, "Oh, your hair is damaged, or your hair is damaged." Reality, it was just 3C curl pattern, but it wasn't defined. She trimmed this so much. My hair was like mid length back, actually like near waist length, right? It went all the way up to my earlobe. Okay, so one of the things I noticed is that they get scissor happy with your hair. Okay, and I will say, along with all with everything I say in this video, I feel like it goes along with texturism, but also too, um if you this also goes along the lines of, let's say you have 4C hair, because I feel like a lot of girlies who have 4C hair, and because I have seen some with them too where they have long 4C hair, that they get the same what's it called, treatment. uh Another thing is, like, for me, I used to wear like fake ponytails. This is my story time, by the way. I remember I used to wear fake ponytails and whatnot, but my family member who I was living at that time, every time I did something that they did not like, they told me, well, which they did too. They took off my ponytail, because I usually wear like a ponytail at like the what's it called, winter time, because I didn't want to like have my ends out so it won't break. But I remember he took that ponytail. He made me wear purposely a tiny, tiny, tiny bun. It made me go to school looking like that, and told me I should learn my lesson. They did it a few times. And I remember I hated them for that. And that was the time I actually started wearing fake ponytails and whatnot. So they eventually stopped, and they try to make me wear. Actually, yeah, they try to make me wear ugly hairstyles if I didn't obey them. Like, remember the movie Color Purple with Whoopi Goldberg, and how she wore like four pigtails on her head and whatnot? Yeah, actually made me walk around looking like that, and trying to make it quote unquote ugly to humble me. So yeah, I would say that was definitely texturism on their part. And one of them, I feel like he just hated women altogether. Like, yeah, that's a whole different story though. But yeah, they use your hair, especially for us younger girls, as what's it called? A humiliation tactic, or like to control, because they think that women's hair is their pride. And nothing wrong with it being your pride, because I know my hair is definitely my pride, but they would definitely use it as a way, like, if you don't do this, I'll cut it off. You know what I'm saying? And I actually seen some parents, because I remember it was a whole big thing when they chopped their daughter's hair off and they didn't obey them and stuff like that. So yeah, I would definitely say that for the most part, I've seen parents chop their hair off, make them wear ugly hairstyles, and it's honestly pretty sad. Um, but yeah, um, I've also seen how they lie to you about your hair type. Like I already said in my other video, how they would tell you is 4C when in reality it's not. Or they try to be like, oh, us, all us black people, we have the same hair type. Yes, I have been told that by many different people. Or sometimes if you do, like, I remember when Zendaya hair, when she was, I forgot which video it was, but I remember she was just doing her hair one night. It showed her curl pattern. I remember people saying that her hair was nappy. So yeah, and I think it's weird too when they people see your hair, especially if it's long in your natural state, whatnot, they will say, "Oh, it's nappy," when reality it's not nappy. You just didn't want to define your curl patterns and whatnot. So yeah, if you had the experience, please comment, like, and subscribe. I love you, Exotical Barbies.